everyone. Sat on my floor. I'm in the middle of moving. It's all a bit bedlam, but two good things have happened pretty much in the last sort of 20 minutes, half an hour. First one being that while I was in the middle of the chaos, and I mean it is chaos, I will give it a look. I mean, that's just my living room. So yeah, but while I was in the middle of sorting all that shit out, knock at the door. Postman was bringing me something else, but he also brought me these. You see, these are the keeper cards. If anybody watches the Tarantula Tubers Saturday Night Takeaway, Danny Damon, the guy who made these or created them, he was on the live stream, and as it was, I went on and decided to order some. He had also decided that he would put one of the extra sort of promo packs in for anybody who ordered on that night, which worked out pretty cool for me because I ended up with the Tarantula Collective bonus ones, which is the green bottle blue shiny, which is quite cool, and there we have the Tarantula Collective card. So yeah, they were pretty cool. There's what I'll do is I'll flip the camera and we'll have a proper look at them. Right, so these are the cards. I've separated these. The reason for that being, this is, on this one, these are the sort of bonus YouTube channel heroes pack that you can buy. This is the one that I received free. This is what came with it. And next, these are obviously the card about Tom's Big Spiders, who helped check and fact check all the information on them and that. And there's sort of info cards, one about tarantula anatomy, moisture levels, keeper level, and one basically explaining the layout of the card. And now these two piles, right, now these things are awesome, but cheers Danny, you have now, well, not posed a problem, but I've got no option now. This pile, these are all the ones, everything in this pile I already own, but in this pile it's either things that I no longer own or I haven't ever owned. So what it means now is that this pile has been rendered useless until I go out and buy each of them. So like I say, cheers Danny, you've done me probably done my bank account no favours over the next few months. So if anybody wants to sell me any of the species on here, a few of these, Neoholla, Theli, Incy, A. geniculata, A. seemani, P. pulchra, I have owned them all in the past. Most of them matured male and got passed on for breeding. But like I said, there are some I've never owned. The Avicularia minatrix, Avicularia purpurea, is that? And what's this one? Propelma nigerrimum, and you'll see here, I'll use this one, you can see a bit of a description on the side, and then the information that you need is all down the bottom. Lifespan, habitat, male lifespan, sort of keeper rating, moisture. So like I say, each card covers a different species. I know a few people have done these, so I'm not going to go on too much repeating the same stuff, but yeah. So basically them ones are all going on the tanks, And that one, well, that's just basically my shopping list. So, but I did say there was a couple of good things that had happened today. Well, the other one I will touch upon now. Right, so about 6 months ago, say, beginning of lockdown. Well, in fact, it was just at the beginning of lockdown. Obviously, all the pubs had shut. So I had nowhere to spend my money like I normally would. So I decided, well, I ended up, over the course of the first few months, I sort of bought a lot of spiders that I'd been looking at buying and sort of not had the money for before and things like that. And I thought, right, I'm going to go for it. So I did, but I also ordered some Madagascar hissing roaches. The plan was to have them as feeders, some big feeders for some of my bigger tarantulas. But the postman arrived just before I was going into an online meeting with work, so I literally had time just to check on them and put them up on the shelf somewhere up here, and that was it until the meeting finished. And then when I came back after the meeting, one of the females had disappeared out of the pot. I hadn't put the lid on right, but she's shown up today. We're like, what, 6 months later now. She's made it from this end of my living room right down to the bottom end under the window. She was behind a couple of DVDs that were sat on the floor waiting to go into the rubbish, really. So yeah, I found her. So I'll give you a little, it's quite a treat it is, so far it is for me anyway. I'm landed because, like I said, I fed the others off. But I think I'm going to keep this one, so I'll give you a little look now. Cheers. Right, and there she is. So I found her about, I don't know, 5-10 minutes ago. Over by, well, sort of under one of my sofas. No, I don't know how she's managed it, but she's survived probably 6 months now, wandering around the living room. So she's got a big bowl of the bug gel, which she seems to be tucking into, and I've just basically set her up on a layer of the bug grub as substrate, and I think I'm just going to leave her like this for a couple of days, and then we'll get her into a proper little enclosure. So there we go. Like I said, 2 treats today. If I'm honest, I'm not sure when the next video is going to come because, as I've said, I am moving, and it's all mental at the moment, but I have got an idea in the pipeline for a video possibly covering how I move all of this lot that's see there and everywhere, and how I go about actually moving them, because I'm only moving about 300-400 yards in with my other half, so it's not far to go. So I've decided that I think I'm going to box some up and walk some over, so yeah, I may do a video on that, but if not, I'll see you at some point next week either way. Nice one, cheers. Ta-ra.